Hello all, and welcome to tonight's beer review, which, I am dubbing Awkward Silence 2 review. I never think of a title until I actually turn these things. I never think of what I'm going to say until I turn these things on. Until it hits that 1, 2, 3, and it's just kind of all shooting from the hip. Been a little bit under the weather in more ways than one recently. Fortunately for me, or unfortunately, if you're thinking in terms of health, my sense of taste has not been impacted all that much. So, tonight we will be reviewing from something from Samuel Adams' Winter Pack, and that is the Cold Snap Wit Beer, or white ale brewed with spices. This is, of course, a little bit past date. The nose here is notched for March. So let's read this. Crisp and lively, the hazy smoothness of this unfiltered white ale is awakened by spring spices. A hint of sweetness from orange peel and plum, and the peppery bite of fresh ground coriander create a subtle and refreshing kick to signal that spring is on its way. Cheers! So, Sam Adams puts out a lot of these wit beers. I don't know why. I think Jim Koch likes them or something. Honestly, not too big of a fan of them. I do like Belgian beers. It's just it always kind of becomes about spicing with these. And the malts sort of get left behind. Suffice to say, let's go to it. Still got a very strong smell. So, pretty much, as they said on the label, you get a very hazy yellow-orange here. Some light gets through, but it's still, you don't see nothing. It's more or less, yeah, you don't really see much of anything except at the very bottom. With a quickly receding off-white head. It smells kind of like dish soap, to be honest. Dish soap or potpourri. It's really flowery. Not in the hops flowery sort of way, like in Old Lady's Boudoir kind of flowery sort of way. There's a bit of wheat funk to it underneath that floweriness. And orange peel, obviously. But obviously, there's quite a bit of coriander. It's super flowery in the nose there. Fairly light on the palate. Finish is mostly wheat funk. There's usually not too much hopping that goes on with this, even when they are fresh. Just a slight bit of bitterness. Sort of wheat funk of the malt is kind of predominant flavor aspect from start to finish. There's some effervescent floweriness up to the front, but it's pretty ephemeral. It fades quickly as opposed to it being very heavy in the nose. And in fact, I would probably guess it's all in the nose. You know, just kind of getting that floweriness off the residual flavors on my tongue. tiny bits of citric tang to it. Decent enough carbonation. Honestly, it's kind of blah for me, you know. It's not overly offensive on the tongue. The nose hit, you know, the nose was kind of out there for me. Flowery to the point where it seemed like artificial floweriness, you know, like bathroom potpourri. Once the head dissipates, it kind of calms down. Not much going on flavor-wise. Still better than Shock Top or, you know, Blue Moon. That said, you know, that's not really something great to be striving for there. And they can kind of see why people go and add oranges to this, because you know, the sweetness would probably kick it up a notch. It's kind of dry on the palate. And the oils would probably add to the intensity of the flavor. The citrus oils in the rind add to the intensity of flavor. No, kind of blah. You know, some weedy funk, but that's about it. Would I drink this again? To be honest, it's not something that's offensive to me. So if it was given to me for free or at a party, it was the only thing left in the cooler, yeah, I probably would drink it. That said, I'm not going to go out of my way to try it. So, Cold Snap. Maybe if you like Blue Moon. Maybe if you're a macro lager drinker just looking to slowly ease themselves into the world of craft beer, give it a shot. Give it a shot if you're a fan of wheat beers. If you're someone like me who's looking for balance, and if lacking that, some really intense taste experiences, well, yeah, you're kind of out of luck here. That's your beer review for tonight, folks. Cheers.